Before continuing the story, let me reminisce a bit. Why am I in the habit of wearing women's clothes? I was born into a religious and disciplined family. Ever since I was a child, I have not been able to live for myself. Of course, that's not necessarily a bad thing. As you can see, I have become a complete guy with a cover that attracts all eyes and a huge amount of knowledge. Harvard is for many people a difficult threshold to cross, but for me, it's just a straight road. A road that I must walk through. But there are always two sides to everything in this world. Sometimes, I just want to play with my friends instead of burying my head in the books piled up in the corner of the room. The people out there, them only see what they want to see, who can understand my feelings. I have lived such a tasteless, bland life. My whole life seems to be programmed: study, keep studying, get a top job, become a successful model of society. Indeed, I did it, like a machine without emotions. I was an excellent student during 12 years of compulsory general education, becoming a student at the world's leading prestigious university, Harvard. After graduating back home, I was accepted to work at one of the leading companies in the country, and it didn't take long to be promoted to assistant president. The glimmer in my life at that time was meeting the female president I was supporting. She is probably about 5 years older than me, a beautiful lady touching people. The noble aura she exuded was enough to knock anyone down. Even more surprising, I accidentally learned a fact: she started her business from nothing. A girl who had no support at all from the start could gradually evolve into a phoenix among humans. Not to mention, she reached the pinnacle of fame without ever going through a boring life like me. She was the first person to break the misconception that had been planted in my subconscious for so long: successful people are forced to lose themselves. I met her in a company promotion. From the moment I met her, my heart fluttered a little, but not too much, so at that time I didn't think I would fall into a one-sided love with her. From the stands, she met my stiff gaze. Just a simple sentence from her made me decide to join her company: let your whole body relax, man. This life is for you to decide, join it, don't let it decide against you. That's the story when I met her. Spending every day at the company, learning more and more things about her, I admire this person even more. I wish I could live like her, but this rigid lifestyle has been ingrained in my subconscious for too long. You can imagine how it feels like an artist you've idolized for so long turns out to be just an ordinary guy. In everyone's eyes, I was a role model for perfection. I was afraid of their disdain and gossip when I broke that image with my own hands. However, I was still filled with the desire to become a different person. A completely opposite side of who I am now. Suddenly one day, with the president going to the supermarket to buy equipment for the company, I happened to pass by a women's fashion store. A strange thought crossed my mind: what is a different person from the person I am now? Looking at the beautiful president's back, I thought to myself, this is the role model I aspire to. I'm a guy, so the opposite is a girl. I'm a guy who lives for other people's eyes, so the opposite is a comfortable lifestyle that doesn't care about people. This is the prototype of my president. But that wasn't enough. I decided to follow a perverted model to be the complete opposite of my current self. And from there, another person in me began to be born, a spoiled girl that made many people shake their heads in disgust. But I can't let anyone know about this. Like I said before, I'm scared of people changing their eyes and attitudes towards me. Not to mention, if the person in front of me knew the story, perhaps this unrequited love affair would have quickly ended. So I can only become a different person in the dark. That afternoon, after work, I secretly returned to the supermarket and entered the women's fashion store earlier. Due to the prestigious face I show to people, it is not difficult for me to buy items that are only for women. Simply, they think this gallant guy is buying for his girlfriend or loved one. At first, I didn't even know what to buy. I'm not a cash-strapped guy either, so I soon made the decision to buy a bunch and test it out. I bought 10 different sets of lingerie, full of colors and bright patterns. Next, I choose to add accessories such as pantyhose, garter belt, fishnet tights. After that, there were a series of dresses, skirts, blouses, crop tops and even bodysuits. I took it with my hand. That day, the salesgirl had a happy occasion like a festival. Bringing it all back to my own apartment, I locked the door and got to work. Doing it for the first time made me feel nervous. I stripped off all my menswear and took a long soak in the rose-filled bath. I like to use them to create the most natural feminine scent. About an hour or so later, I got out of the bath and shaved off the hairs on my body with a razor. Right now, my body was as smooth and soft as a girl's. I stepped out of the bathroom and put on a random lingerie set I just bought. After a few changes, I realized black and red are the two colors that best fit my spoiled girl image. I stowed all my lingerie and cute designer items in pink, yellow, white, deep into the corner of the closet. The rest of the closet space is dark-colored clothes, mostly black. After arranging the furniture, I also chose the full set of outfits that I will experiment with tonight. A very sexy, see-through, thin red lace lingerie set. Accompanying the set is a garter belt of the same color. Since I have a slim figure, it's not difficult to wear women's clothes. I slip my feet into my panties and slide it up. I think this will probably be quite uncomfortable because of the narrow design, not as spacious as the men's. Well, because of the big game, I had to accept it. But just seconds later, my thoughts took a 180-degree turn. Extremely comfortable, guys. It's as light as if you weren't wearing it. If given the choice, I would never want to wear tight briefs all the time. But this panties gives me a sense of liberation. As long as you wear underwear like this, you will be carefree for the rest of your life. But the panties was the easy part, because in comparison, the way of wearing it was no different from the way I wear men's briefs every day. It's just that it's a million times more comfortable. The hard part is the bra. I don't understand how women can get this damn hook on the back. After many minutes of futile efforts, I had to hook it on first and then putting it on my chest. This method also worked, but later I found that it was easy to damage the bra, so I also practiced hooking it from the back. How should I put it? The feeling of wearing a bra is not comfortable for me. This feeling is somehow strange, but strangely I like this strange feeling. Then I put on the garter belt. Unfortunately, I don't have fishnet tights that match the panties color. But never mind, it's pretty good without fishnet tights. Closing the closet door, I looked at the mirror attached to the front of the closet. In the mirror is, what the hell is that? A pervert wearing women's underwear. It's not good. I have to buy more makeup tools from tomorrow before I make myself vomit. I'm handsome, but I'm still very deformed when I use that face in combination with this lingerie set. Although it looks terrible, I still love the feeling of women's underwear. I decided in my mind that this would be my homewear to replace those monotonous menswear. I'm not in the habit of wearing only my underwear to bed, so I chose a red silk robe over it. Cool and chic at the same time. And that was the first time I passed the door of fate that I can't turn back.